From Wembley Stadium in London, England, AEW presents All In, 0 Hour.
A night that began as a dream among some of the biggest names in the industry. A new way of professional wrestling done their way. To now, 6 years later, and back at the historic Wembley Stadium for the second year in a row with some of the biggest and brightest stars in the world in front of some of the rowdiest fans you will ever find. Guys, welcome to All in London. I could not be more excited to be here. These people are amazing. Joining me as per usual, RJ City.
Please keep it down, everyone. We have a show to do. Last year was about making history. This year's about cementing legacies, threatened careers, dangerous moves, bloody shoes. I say this every pay-per-view, but I really mean it. Urinate now. You will not have a chance to pee later.
Really, really strong point. Also joining us today at the desk, the legendary Last Outlaw, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Renee, I'm hyped. I am so hyped.
You look great.
Well, thank you, Renee.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they're hyped. Look, this isn't the World Cup. This isn't the Summer Olympics or Live Aid. This is All In. And the number tonight is 1972.
What's that?
We're not talking Big Daddy. We're not talking haystacks. We're talking tonight is Bryan Danielson's 1,972nd match.
Incredible.
Okay.
Is this his last, or does he go on to win the gold?
Guys, we have tons of stuff happening here. We're going to be breaking down all of those matches, and we've got some action here. But before we get to that, how are we watching this pay-per-view?
Great question, Renee. If you're in the United States, you can watch All In on YouTube, DAZN, Bleacher Report, PPV.com, Triller TV, in-demand through traditional cable and satellite providers, and all Dave & Buster's. But if you are not in the United States, Renee.
Yes, internationally, you guys can watch on YouTube, PPV.com, and Triller. Get in on all of that action because it starts right here on 0 Hour. We have a 16-man tag team action. So many. We've got Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, Private Party. Look at all these beautiful faces, beautiful, dangerous faces. This is happening right here on 0 Hour.
And then from 16, we go to a mixed tag team action. We have the Smiling Pitbulls taking on the team of Stokelander. These are official names.
All right, a lot of gold in this matchup. We've got Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, the Ring of Honor tag champions, and Dustin Rhodes with the Von Erichs, the trios champions at Ring of Honor, along Katsuyori Shibata taking on the Undisputed Kingdom in Cage of Agony.
Live on pay-per-view, let's talk about the main event. Will Bryan Danielson enter Swerve's house and leave with the gold, or will it be the final flight of the American Dragon?
And this is a blood feud coming to a beautiful head as the glamour Mariah May looks to finally take out timeless Toni Storm once and for all for that AEW World Women's Championship.
And then we've got CEO against DMD for the TBS and LFG.
Can we restore the American Championship to the International Championship? Will the UK's own Will Ospreay take out MJF tonight?
And then this will not be for the squeamish or the claustrophobic. For the TNT title, it is Jack Perry against Darby Allin in a coffin match.
Let's talk a little tag team action. Some of the absolute best in the world. We've got FTR, the Young Bucks, taking on the Acclaim in a three-way matchup for the gold.
And then who is even in this match? How will they win? I don't know. All I know is one pinfall ends it all, and the winner gets a shot at the world title anytime they want.
We go from the world title option to now looking at the FTW Championship match tonight with FTW rules. Chris Jericho looks to dismantle Hook tonight.
And then 12 men, 4 teams, 3 titles, and way too many ladders. It is the London ladder match for the Trios Championship.
Woo! We got to catch our breath after that. That is a lot.
Whoa!
My goodness, Jeff, of all the things that we just rattled off, what makes your heart go pitter-patter?
I've said this earlier today multiple times. I've been in the business my entire life, third generation, but 37 years active. I've never been this emotionally attached to a match that I'm not a part of. Bryan Danielson, Swerve, they're both on rolls in undescribable ways. Not just my heart is pounding, my head is pounding from thinking I've really got an emotional attachment to Bryan. I hope he does it.
We are going to be breaking down that match a little bit later. But, guys, it is not just us out here representing the AEW broadcast team. Let's throw it over to the always beautiful Lexi Nair and Arcady Aura.
Thanks, guys. The energy surrounding All In London, England is palpable. And in under 2 hours, this place is going to be absolutely jam-packed.
That's right. We're at the iconic Wembley Stadium, and this is AEW's second time being here. So we are joining London royalty tonight. We have people like the Spice Girls and the Rolling Stones who have performed here.
I ain't getting no satisfaction unless Toni Storm is walking out the AEW Women's World Champion.
Well, you can't always get what you want, but somebody will get what they want tonight when they walk out of the Casino Gauntlet match with a shot at the AEW World Championship.
This is true. The Casino Gauntlet match is very unique to AEW, but for those who don't know, Arcady, walk us through what that looks like.
Yes, in a word, unpredictable. Anyone, anytime, and as soon as the first pinfall occurs, the match is over. That means if you're in the back, you already missed your chance, buddy.
So, anyone?
Anyone.
You're telling me I could see Taylor Swift running down this very ramp tonight?
I mean, she was just here at Wembley Stadium, and I mean, this is All In, so anything could happen.
I see what you did there. Night full of surprises. Guys, back to you.
True story. When I walked in here earlier today, I still saw some of the Taylor Swift glitter kind of falling from the ceilings. There is some magic in the air here tonight. And speaking of magic, let's talk a little FTW Championship, FTW rules. As we already stated, tonight the learning tree of Chris Jericho looks to tear apart Hook branch by branch and hopes to continue his reign as the For the World Champion. Thanks, guys.
Hi guys. If you listen to the learning tree, good things happen. If you don't listen to the learning tree, bad things happen. Hook had a chance. We had to burn his face off with a fireball.
Wait a minute! It's Hook! You see this, Chris? You see what you did? I can see you, Chris! I want my title back!
Hi Hook! You stupid bastard! At Wembley, it's your final chance at the For the World Championship. And when I beat you, you walk out of the Jericho Vortex forever.
Chris, after Wembley Stadium, you will never, ever be the same again!
It certainly feels good to have AEW taking over Wembley Stadium. We've got all of our fans making their way inside tonight as we get set for all of the action. But joining us now to break down this FTW Championship match, the legendary Suplex Machine, Taz.
Yes, I'm also the elite color analyst of the whole company.
You want me to rattle it all off? We don't have that much time. We got to talk the match here.
Well, the FTW title match is tonight. You know, Jericho has renamed his championship, which is a load of BS, which it's not for the world. We can't say what it really means, but those who know. Hook, I feel, will capture that championship again.
Can you give me any kind of an update on Hook's status in regards to the eye? I mean, it was 52 days ago on Dynamite that he got that fireball thrown in his face.
Yeah, well, his eye is not 100%. It's been wrapped up. He's cleared, obviously. He's been competing, but it's not 100%. There's a lot of blurriness, there's a lot of tearness in there, so he can't really see clearly out of it. It'll be bandaged up tonight when he wrestles.
But Taz, most importantly, where's his headspace?
His headspace locked in, Jeff. You know him. You know him. You know him personally. He's a locked-in young athlete. He's a young lion who's focused. He wants to tear this legend apart. He wants to take Jericho limb from limb and whoop his ass, and I really feel, RJ, he's going to do that.
Well, you know, it's been confirmed that this is under FTW rules.
Right.
It's anything goes. Can you even have a strategy in a match like this?
Well, it's tough. See, FTW rules, it's something I invented, in the late 90s, and the FTW title is an invention that when I was in ECW and myself, Paul Heyman, we came up with, to be frank, and it's still living, right? And it's going great. Hook knows about FTW rules. He's had the championship before. He knows what that's like. And Jericho is an icon. He's a world-traveled vet. He's done every kind of match, and he knows what that's about. It's anything goes. That's FTW rules.
You know Chris Jericho so well. This iteration of Chris Jericho, the learning tree of Chris Jericho, what do you expect from him tonight?
He's unpredictable. I know Jericho probably over 25 years. I've competed with him everywhere. but Chris is highly unpredictable. I think he's a little deranged also. I think he's a little delusional, which makes him even more dangerous. He's a sick man.
Really quickly, what does Hook have to do tonight to get that title back?
He's got to hook the red rum, the kata hajime, what I used to call the Tazmission. He hooks that choke. I don't think Chris Jericho's getting out. And he's got to deal with the Redwood and Brian Keith, also got to be there, obviously.
Of course.
So that's it.
Taz, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck on the call the rest of the night.
Good luck, Taz.
I don't need luck.
Good luck, Taz.
Come back anytime.
No,
You're welcome.
we all
An
need
open
luck,
desk.
pal.
Thank you,
An
guys.
open desk.
Am I walking away? Am I
Sure.
standing?
Stay
Yeah,
here.
get
I like
outta
to be
here.
next to you.
Moonwalk off.
You know what? From FTW rules, let's go to a match with one rule. It's climb and grab. 3's a company, 4's a crowd, 4 teams trio ladder match. It's gonna be a war, Renee.
Okay, this is obviously a doozy, no matter which way you cut it. I mean, you have to look at Christian Cage, the patriarchy. They already hold on to those trios titles, but you have to imagine that this ladder match would favor a guy like Christian Cage.
Say that again. I'm getting things in my ear.
I think that a ladder match would favor Christian Cage and the patriarchy.
When I look at the rundown, maybe Christian Cage, the Swiss Superman, what he has done just in the last 7 days alone, just completely blows my mind. He's coming to play, but I think but he is a complete beast. But I think the wild card here is the kids, and when I call the kids, I'm talking about the Guns. They're young and they're willing to take risks. I'm calling the Guns.
I think the real wild card is that ladders doesn't just mean ladders. On Collision, we saw tables, we saw chairs. Who knows what Juice Robinson has in his
pockets? The wind
could
blow him away.
Let's talk about the wind. You've wrestled outside. You've climbed ladders. How dangerous is a match like this?
It's going to be one for the ages. And I know in the lobby this morning, again, I'm going back to the Guns. I saw them. They were excited. They couldn't wait to get over here. Performing in Wembley Stadium. Are you kidding me? The Bang Bang Gang is ready.
But I have to keep bringing this back to Christian Cage. I mean, he obviously has so much experience as one of the innovators of that ladder match. And having those titles, we've seen the lengths that he's willing to go to hold on to those titles. We saw him as a special guest referee. We saw sort of the shiesty business that he's willing to go to. And this is a big match field tonight. Christian is also very, very familiar with that.
12 guys, strategy. I'm going to defer to, I hate to say it, Renee, you may be onto something. I'm still going to go back to the elements in this, the wild cards, but the Bang Bang Gang, they have the most to prove and the least to lose.
Are you worried at all?
Yes. I'm worried for everybody in the match. Even if you win, even if you're doing well, you are going to get hurt in this match. The only question is how badly.
Well, let's talk about House of Black in this situation, because these aren't just regular guys coming out to the ring where you can kind of anticipate where somebody might go or what they're going to bring to the table. These guys work with the dark magic. Is that going to come into effect tonight?
It has to. If they can control the lights, I think they've got an advantage over everybody. But you want to talk about people who are a little more than human? Swiss Superman, Wheeler Yuta, and Pac, who is probably thinking of things with ladders that we've never seen before.
But aside from Claudio and Yuta, of course, adding Pac into the mix for this, what is the chemistry going to be at coming into a match?
That's a wild card, and this is home turf for Pac. He has a lot digging in. I've talked to him over the last year and a half, gotten to know him. He takes a tremendous amount of pride in his home country, and so he's digging. I'm not sure the chemistry's there, Renee. Again, I'm going to go back to the Bang Bang Gang.
Okay.
Their chemistry is on point.
Also, I mean, you've talked about Claudio, the Swiss Superman. He's got to be feeling a little bit jet lagged. This man has been around the globe in the last week to go from Cardiff down to Mexico.
Grand Prix champion.
Oh, my goodness. Like, he has got to be feeling that. I mean, he flew in here this morning. The guy is a specimen, to say the least, but his body's got to be feeling a little worse for wear.
But that is a guy who thrives on that pressure, thrives on that physical strain. And if anyone can succeed in those circumstances, it's him.
All right, I know that you're going with the kids. You're going with the Bang Bang Gang tonight. Where are you going?
I'm picking Pac, Claudio, and Yuta. I've never seen a team like it.
Oh, I think you know where my heart lies on this one, too. Not that my heart lies, actually. I mean, Christian said some very upsetting things to me last week, but I got to go with Christian and patriarchy on this. All right, guys, let's talk about this match setup. These men will go to any length to demolish each other for the TNT Championship, but tonight it is in a coffin match, and only one man will walk out of Wembley. Standing by right now with more on that, Lexi Nair.
Tonight, the scapegoat Jack Perry will go head-to-head with Darby Allin for the TNT Championship in a coffin match. Now, the only way you win this kind of match is if you trap your opponent in this casket. This is the real deal. This is 7 feet by 2.5 feet, 200 pounds of steel. And if you are alive and breathing, this is the last place you want to be. Darby Allin has successfully won every single coffin match he has been a part of here in AEW, which arguably gives him the upper hand over Jack Perry. We saw at Blood and Guts him throw fire into Jack's face, so the lengths that either of these two men are willing to go to remains unknown. But what I do know is Jack won his first and only coffin match against Christian Cage at last year's Revolution, which ultimately changed him. I spoke to Jack earlier, and he told me the only way he will not walk out of Wembley Stadium with that TNT Championship is if he's dead.
Would it be All In London Wembley Stadium if we didn't have a coffin match, as if we didn't have to add more chaos into the night? This stipulation terrifies me. I'm extremely claustrophobic. I got eyes on that coffin a little bit earlier, and Lexi just beautifully ran through how scary it is to be enclosed in that. How would you react?
I got claustrophobia. I don't
like
even want to
going
talk
in the
about
airport
it.
bathroom.
But you know, when I looked at the stats, our man Mr. Marvez put some unique situations in here. Darby is the first guy to have a coffin match in AEW.
Are you surprised by that?
No. And Jack Perry has never had one. So we got to lean into Darby. All the craziness it has, his kinship, shall I say, with Sting. How do you bet against him? But on the other hand, Vegas, who came out the victor? Jack Perry.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you look at Darby Allin, the guy, I just don't understand how that man operates. I don't know how he thinks. We saw him, try to basically light Jack Perry on fire. Thank God he was put to a stop before that could finally happen. But what lengths are these guys going to go to tonight in this stadium?
I can tell you how confident Jack Perry is. He's a very different man than the one that wrestled here a year ago. I'll tell you that. We all saw him. He smelded his own TNT title. That's how confident he is. He's going to make it his own. He's going to prove that to Darby tonight.
Do you imagine that Jack Perry walked into Wembley with a bit of a chip on his shoulder today?
Without question. He's had a chip on his shoulder ever since he re-entered. He wears the moniker scapegoat with pride, and I like that in the guy.
Now, for that TNT Championship, he's not really been much of a fighting champion. Do you think now tonight, actually having the title on the line in a stipulation that doesn't really favor him, are the titles going to change hands tonight?
Sorry. First of all, he won the title, and then he survived Blood and Guts.
Okay.
He is no stranger to this violence or this insanity, and I think he's well prepared to defend that title
I didn't
tonight.
say he wasn't well prepared. I'm just saying. What do you think? Who do you think walks away with TNT Championship tonight?
My note up top, when I saw that, it jumped off the page. Jack Perry has never been in a coffin match. You got to give the edge to Darby. You have to.
Is there almost that mindset to go in when you can't even prepare for something as terrifying as a coffin match, that maybe you could blindly go into it a little bit hopeful?
Well, the guy has no conscience. There's no doubt in my mind. You alluded to this time last year, all the things that have happened over the last 12 months. But rolling into tonight, Wembley Stadium, the people are going to be going absolutely bananas. Darby thrives in high adrenaline situations. Tonight will be the highest.
This version of Jack Perry, though, I mean, I do feel like he's really locked in. He seems so confident in himself. He seems very confident in the ring. Obviously, he's confident in his abilities. Having that title around his waist, where does he go if he loses it tonight?
I quite frankly think he's so confident that he doesn't lose it tonight. He's stopped caring what anyone else thinks but himself, and he truly believes he will be victorious, and he will put Darby Allin in that coffin.
Okay, well, guys, it all remains to be seen here as we continue to set the stage here for All in London. We've got the tag team championships on the line. We've got the Young Bucks going up against FTR and the Acclaimed.
And then Mercedes Moné might be the face of TBS, but her teeth tonight belong to Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
I I'm the face of AEW now.
The Doctor is back!
The TBS title is a title that I have not held yet, but this match is so much more than that. This is the clash of the Titans.
She stands no chance.
You want to call yourself the face of AEW? Show me.
I am 2 belts Monet for a reason.
Nobody gets the best of Mercedes Moné.
You don't have the guts to go all in like me, because you will never be like me. You called yourself the blueprint, well, I'm the gold standard.
At Wembley, don't worry. Losing to me will still be the greatest thing that will ever happen to you.
We've still got all of our fans making their way into Wembley Stadium to pack this place as we get set for all this action. I've said it time and time again, but there is nothing like being in front of a crowd here in the UK. These guys have been with us since the beginning while we were out here getting mic'd up. So we're going to have a hell of a night. Joining us now to break down all of the ladies' action, please welcome Madison Rain.
Hello. Hi, guys. This energy is amazing.
Isn't it great?
Happy Wembley Day.
Oh, it's a big day.
It's so great. I'm so happy to have you out here. You obviously work so closely with our women here in AEW. You have so much experience in the ring yourself. So let's talk Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné. With having that TBS championship on the line, we of course know that Mercedes is so...
Who hired these people?
Wait, am I in the ladies' match? They're plugging the ladies' match.
What did you do to this crowd?
We can't even talk out here, my goodness. Talk to me about Mercedes and having that big fight feel. She's familiar to this level of fight.
She is, and look, this is going to be a, no pun intended, big money match, but listen, Britt Baker is an all-in OG, so you can't count her out in this. There's a strong possibility that we all walk out of Wembley with a new TBS champion.
Speaking of all-in OGs, you were wrestling at the first all-in.
I did a thing.
What does it feel like to see this event continue and get bigger and bigger every year?
I mean, it's amazing. It was amazing then. I've said before, that match, that first ever all-in in the feel was a career highlight for me. And to be here last year and to sit out here and feel everyone's energy, I'm so thankful that we're back here at Wembley, and I'm so thankful to be a part of it all.
Seeing Britt Baker get ready for this match, of course, Britt was a part of All In last year. While Mercedes Moné made that big appearance, she was sitting in the crowd. She let her presence be known. She let her intentions be known. Britt knows what she's getting into tonight, but tonight against Mercedes Moné, she is idolized and looked up to Mercedes for a very long time. What's it like stepping into the ring with somebody that you have that admiration for?
You know, it's two-part. It's intimidating because, like you said, you idolize this person standing across the ring from you, but it also motivates you because you idolized that person. If you can beat that person that you grew up watching or that you idolized when you were training and wanted to be where they were, you've done exactly that. You've put yourself on the map, and Britt Baker has every opportunity to just continue to skyrocket herself to the moon tonight.
Well, RJ, you and I had a chance to interview Britt Baker at the block party yesterday, and she was talking about that moment of being able to close that gap between your idols and her stepping in as the very first woman to be signed here in AEW to now be having this moment to be neck and neck with Mercedes Moné. I mean, she's got to be feeling those emotions. Have you seen Britt today?
I have seen Britt, and you know, it's very on par for Britt. She's calm, cool, collected. Now, is she a duck on top of the water, looks calm and cool and collected, and her feet underneath are kicking? I don't know. I wouldn't know, but right now she's confident. She's got home field advantage. AEW has been her home since day one.
This crowd was already hitting us with those DMDs big time.
All right.
They've made their choice.
They have. Jeff, talk to me about the moment from Mercedes Moné to be sitting here in the stands to us acquiring Mercedes and what that means for our women's division and for AEW.
And what I was just thinking about that, she was a spectator last year, if we can call her that. And the 12-month journey, all the ups and downs that she's personally had. But at the end of the day, she's still a 7-time World Heavyweight Champion. This card is stacked top to bottom, but I can imagine a scenario, Britt Baker, Mercedes Moné for the very first time. That is a main event. This match could main event tonight's
100%.
card. When you put those two in the ring together, I mean, Britt's got everything on the line. We've talked about it. She wants to be the first ever to be the world champion and the TBS champion. Just when you roll it all the way down, but how do you bet against Monet? 7-time world heavyweight champion, 9 titles. My money's on Monet.
Well, guys, we go from the TBS championship to potentially back to the international championship here tonight as Will Ospreay steps in the ring with MJF to hopefully reclaim that gold. Well, earlier this week in Cardiff, Wales, I got to sit down with Will Ospreay and pick his brain ahead of this marquee match for All In. The magnitude of what that means. I mean, to be at a stadium like that, it's like church to some people. I mean, that stadium just holds so much lore to it.
I can't tell you enough. Like, it is one of the craziest stories.
You have the tattoo, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's really cool that you got that done.
That was my first ever tattoo.
That was your first one?
Yeah, because it was one of those things where I have never believed in anything enough to put it on my skin.
Mm-hmm.
But I believed in myself enough to get me to like something that not even some of the greatest and the biggest draws of professional wrestlers have ever done.
Yep.
I'm in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
And like, it might be lost on like the American audience at all, but like Wembley is the biggest stadium in the UK. It's like, it hosts the Euros a little while ago. It hosts all the big games. It's iconic. It's legendary. And and then here I come into some kid down the road.
Oh, please. We were all very excited that Will Ospreay was on the show.
But like, I get it to a point, but in the same sense, like, you got so many stars back there.
Yeah,
and
true.
The fact that Tony gave his just trust.
Mm-hmm.
He trusted me to go out there and deliver a really great professional wrestling match.
Yeah.
And I did it. And I'll never be able to tell you that feeling of looking up and seeing the fireworks and being like, this is a flipping dream.
Well, I'll ask you again what happens on Sunday. We'll hopefully get to revisit it and,
I hope so.
You know, restore that feeling, as we say around here. What would it mean for you to be able to walk out of Wembley Stadium as the international champion?
I mean, mum and dad, my missus, kid. 42 of my friends are coming. Like, you know how hard it was to like message, can I have 42 tickets, please? And they were just like, oh, you have to pay for some of them. And I was like, take off what you owe me.
Yeah.
My mum has been the best supporter, and my dad. Like, I can tell you so many stories of my dad driving me up and down this country. Like, drove me to Newcastle and back, which is 8 hours one way. So
oh my gosh!
Like, honestly,
Woo.
my dad is a great dude. My mum is my inspiration. Like, just to have a moment where I can actually, I'm getting emotional, but just having a moment where I can actually say, like, in my hometown, in like the places that I actually grew up in the most iconic stadium, to say, like, I'm a champion. Like, I'm a part of history, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where, like, it's everything that I've imagined and dreamed of doing, and it's right in front of me. It's representing my mum, my dad, but more importantly, like, representing the whole country, man.
And you, it's all your work. You did all this.
I'll do it for me one day, but like, for now, it's just for everyone that's ever been a part of this journey.
Yeah. Well, best of luck at All In. We're so lucky to have you here. You're the shit.
You're going to make me cry. She's doing this. She's going to literally make me cry.
This is just going to be a show where I try to get everybody to cry.
Get out of
myself
here.
included.
Shut up. Thank you so much.
Thank
dear.
you. Thanks. I cannot wait to see this matchup. Will Ospreay, Wembley Stadium. Again, the circumstances are different, but man, these people love Will Ospreay, as they absolutely should. But more on that tonight. Guys, let's talk a little more ladies action, because the AEW World Women's Championship is on the line. It is a blood feud with Mariah May, the Glamour, taking on timeless Toni Storm.
And then, will Bryan Danielson write one more love song to pro wrestling? Or is AEW World Champion Swerve holding the pen? Arcady Aura is standing by right now with Nigel McGuinness.
You guys, this past Wednesday on Dynamite, we saw Nigel McGuinness moderating the final showdown between Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson. And I have Nigel McGuinness with me right now. Now, Nigel, it's no secret, right, the way that you feel about Bryan Danielson and your long-standing rivalry. What version of the American Dragon do you think we can expect to see at All In tonight?
I think we're going to get the same version that we've seen for the majority of his career, and that is Bryan Danielson with his back against the wall. Now, if we're honest, he's been pretty successful from that position. Some would say he's one of the most successful wrestlers of his generation. Some would say he's one of the best wrestlers of his generation. But the one thing everybody knows about Bryan Danielson, from watching on Wednesday night, is that his timing is bloody awful. Crashing the party before he was invited. But tonight, Arkady, my opinion is that his time is going to run out. And I just hope that in the main event tonight, if the clouds will clear, God will look down and see the end of Bryan Danielson's career.
Those are some strong words from Nigel McGuinness, and that main event is coming up later tonight at All In.
I think it's pretty fair to say that Nigel McGuinness is in a very small group of people that do not want to see Bryan Danielson succeed tonight. Last night, I got to sit down with Mrs. Danielson, the one and only Brie. Brie Danielson, it's been a long time that we've been able to do one of these together. And very interesting circumstances to bring us together. We're here in London, Wembley Stadium, for what could possibly be Bryan's final match. For Bryan to walk away from professional wrestling on his terms this time, how do you think that that's going to affect the sport?
You know, I feel like you and I both have been around for a long time, that we've seen legends leave, and there's always, at first, this hole missing. Like, I really feel like, I don't know, it's like you walk backstage and it feels like ghost at times. Because I'll remember different people and who I'd go ask for advice, right? And you just see walking through it and make it feel magical. And I think there will be a huge hole here at AEW, but at the same time, I feel like Bryan has coached so many guys here, and his presence lives through so many of them. And I feel like we're gonna see it. And I always knew, like, when someone left the locker room, it was your opportunity to step up. And your chance to just really take the reins and make yourself a bigger star. And I think we're gonna see that.
So the people that are obviously kind of chomping on the bit to take that moment, Swerve Strickland being that guy, making this very personal with Bryan, talking about you, talking about Birdie, talking about Buddy. What has that been like to hear the venom that he's been spewing towards your guys' family?
I mean, we've all known I'm known to have punched a couple men in my life. It's hard to hear. And I get fired up and want to do something, but I look at my husband and I know he will take care of Swerve. And so there's no doubt in my mind that his karma is coming. And I'm excited I actually get to be front row to see it.
Yes. This version of Bryan in AEW, he kind of spoke about it with me before, about not being nervous for his matches anymore. This is sort of his like second lease on his professional wrestling life. What's your take on the version of the American Dragon that we get in AEW?
I loved watching him before, but I truly have felt Bryan. Here. And I see the excitement. I was with him when he was frustrated, when he felt like he wasn't being heard. And he has been nothing but heard here. And he has done everything he's wanted to do. And I honestly feel like that's why Bryan is at a point where he feels like he can actually walk away from pro wrestling, because he has been so fulfilled the last 3 years. He's been surrounded by all the people he loves. He has gotten in that ring with people he's been dying to wrestle. And so he finally feels like he can walk away and be satisfied. And that just says so much.
All right, any final predictions for Bryan and Swerve? I mean, I know you obviously must have some thoughts, but anything that you want to say to Bryan and or Swerve before he heads in for this final match that could be his final professional wrestling match?
One thing I told Bryan is, I was like, you know, we all flew out here because we're not hoping this is your last match. I'm like, we all know your journey is coming to an end, but it doesn't have to come to an end tonight. So when you go out there, fight hard. fight so hard because I think it would be pretty badass for your kids to see you become a champion.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I know your heart will lead you, and it will tonight. And there's no doubt in my mind that Brian's going to walk out a champion. I truly believe it. And then after that, I don't know how much light there is at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And if it is tonight, then what a beautiful ending to his story.
Absolutely. Well, Bree, thank you so much. I'm
Thank
so
you,
happy
Renee.
that you're here in London.
I know.
And of course, best of luck to Brian. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Thank you.
You guys can, of course, check out more of that close-up interview in its entirety across all AEW social media platforms. It's emotional, and I still feel emotional from that interview talking to Bree. I know what it's like being married to a man in this business, that this pumps through their veins. It keeps them alive. That's you. You know that feeling.
I'm getting emotional thinking about that. That's his wife. His children are going to be on the front row. What she just said, to me, sums it all up. What a powerful moment for Daddy to win the championship. It doesn't get any more emotional. It doesn't get any stronger than that.
But in addition to husbands and wives, Bryan Danielson, like you, is married to this business. Do you think he can truly quit and retire if he loses tonight?
Bryan has always been unique, and I have admired him from afar and also gotten to know him very well. He's a unique cat, and pardon the pun, but when he goes all in, he goes all in. So he may be thinking in his mind that not many guys can do. He's going to go all in on fatherhood. And if he does that, the business will not be as good as it is today.
Jeff, you were a big part of watching Bryan get ready for this match. I saw you pulling him aside. I saw those conversations that you were having with him. The Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon that we saw on Dynamite this week, is he in the headspace that he needs to be to walk away out of that ring with that title?
If I can go to my grave and say that I played a very small part, I'm going to be a happy man, because Bryan 3 weeks ago had a foot out the door, if you ask me. Today, Wednesday night in Cardiff, that's the Bryan Danielson that I love to watch perform, tell his stories, kick ass in the ring, and swerve. Although he may be on a run, he's beat 9 world champions this year alone. Bryan Danielson, with his wife and children at ringside, will be almost unbeatable.
To hear and see Bryan say out loud, I am the best wrestler in the world, to hear him say that and for him to know that we know he knows where he stands. The man walks with so much confidence. You can see that in the air, in the aura around that man. But tonight is going to be so incredible for Bryan, should he walk away with that title. However, earlier today here at Wembley Stadium, the current champion, Swerve Strickland, signed his contract here with AEW.
My family and I had probably our greatest day ever in this box, and today we're making history again. This is going to be one of the great days in the history of AEW, a great day for me and my family, and I hope a great day for the world champion, Swerve Strickland. Let's go. I'm so excited.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, after you, sir.
Yep. I'm on the dotted line. Hey. There we go. Done deal.
Regardless of what happens here tonight, whether Swerve remains the AEW World Champion, Bryan is able to walk away, hang up those boots. I think it's safe to say that AEW is in pretty good hands as far as talent goes.
But you know what? Contracts are on paper. What we get done in the ring is a completely different story. He's won 17 in a row. Can he do 18? I honestly don't think he can.
We will find out, guys. There is still action to come. We are starting it all here on 0 Hour. 16-man tag team matchup. You can see all of those faces, all of those men, and they're going to beat the hell out of each other momentarily.
And then am I Nora Ephron? Because all I see is mixed nuts. Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii take on Stokely Hathaway and Chris Statlander.
And now we've got Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and the Von Erichs teaming up with Katsuyori Shibata, taking on the Undisputed Kingdom in Cage of Agony. But guys, it is time to kick things over to our MCs of All In. Guys, here's Private Party.
Oh my God, is that Private Party?
Your opening contest for All In London 0 Hour is just for one ball with a 20-minute time limit. It is a 16-man tag team match. Team number 1 first, wrestling out of Brooklyn, New York, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quick, Private Party.
That's right, you heard Bobby Cruz. It is a 16-man tag team match.
Hey, yo, London, what's good? Nah, I ain't like that. This is our first time here, so let's get it right. London, what's good? Private Party is in Wembley! And we are your MCs of All In. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna bring it back for a little bit. I ain't do this in a while, but today seems like the right time to do it. Right here, London, Wembley Stadium. So hold up. Y'all ready? Okay. London, Wembley Stadium. If you're ready to party and have a good time tonight, can I get a oh yeah?
Well, Private Party ready to party as they will be part of one 8-man team, a 16-man tag team match. Can you believe this?
Let's go to Nevada, representing the premier athletes,
And fans, I'm Excalibur. I'll be joined at the desk by Tony Schiavone and Daddy Magic Matt Menard for the duration here on the All In London 0 Hour.
Being accompanied by Evil Uno, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, Dark Order.
Take a look, the Dark Order coming in. All In, Wembley Stadium.
Yep, the fans are still loading in here to Wembley Stadium. The tubes were packed, Tony Schiavone. And I don't mean I mean the subway here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And roads were closed here around the stadium as well as. You know, I think this is the first time that I've ever called a 16-man tag team match.
Be accompanied by Sergeant Satnam Singh and Jay Lethal.
Daddy Magic, anytime you have a 16-person tag team match, when you have 8 men on your side, some strange bedfellows, some strange partners in this match.
Yeah, no question about that. Things are about to get wild. Who can you trust? Who can you trust? That's the question here, guys.
And representing Shane Taylor Promotions, Anthony A-Go-Go.
Anthony A-Go-Go.
The governor, Anthony A-Go-Go, Olympic medalist.
Right here in 2012 at the London Games.
Big star in this country, making his way out, and here's the first 8-man team making its way to the ring. An 8-man team.
Yeah, some serious firepower on this side. But you got Anthony A-Go-Go, and those dangerous hands. Got Satnam Singh.
What is going to happen? It's going to be one of those classic 8v8 matches, guys.
And you know, the 16 men are waging war for this big Wembley winter's purse. Now, half of these men, 8 of these men will be taking home a big paycheck ahead of this big pay-per-view. So there's a lot on the line in this match. And when you tell wrestlers you got a big paycheck to fight for, guys, both of you guys know it's going to be Katie bar the door here in this one.
Going to do it all for the money, Tony.
Absolutely.
It's what it's all about. No question.
The opponents, first, be accompanied by God
Fletcher has certainly had an interesting couple of days competing this past Friday in Mexico City in the CMLL International Wrestling Grand Prix. We'll touch more on that.
You got to wonder how much jet lag's going to play a factor into this thing for Kyle Fletcher. Don Callis making his way to the ring too.
Let's go to Los Angeles, California. Rocky Asuka Romero.
Well, Rocky Romero also was in Mexico City competing in CMLL alongside the international side in that International Wrestling Grand Prix. And it was a match that was won by Claudio Castagnoli, who in the span of, I believe, 5 days crossed the Atlantic 4 times.
Wow, that's a pro.
Let's get a coastal. Norfolk, England, Kip Sabian.
Wow, great ovation for Kip Sabian. And I want to say well-deserved as well.
Absolutely. And, you know, being a part of AEW's biggest event of the year is always a huge thing, but it has special meaning to athletes like Anthony Ogogo and Kip Sabian, who, grown up, I mean, Wembley Stadium is the cathedral of football, not just here in England, but across Europe, around the world.
Let's get a goal. Winning England, Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington.
As I'm being taunted by Sanjay Dutt, I was going to say, though, that, you know, growing up here in the UK, many fans, or many wrestlers, Daddy Magic, have only had the opportunity to sit in the stands, to watch football, to watch concerts, to be part of, to be spectators at events like this. And so, for Dynamite Kid, for Kip Sabian, for Anthony Ogogo, and so many men on this card,
it's the things,
men and women on this card, it's so meaningful.
It's what dreams are made of.
Wrestling out of DMV, Leo Rush. Wrestling out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Action Entry. And wrestling out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Dante and Derek Monte, Tom Boy.
You hear an 8 versus 8 match, guys, 16 men. And you think it's going to be wild, but to see everybody out here right now, I don't know how wild it's going to get. This is nuts.
Well, I'm telling you, take a look at this great crowd. Top Flight, Action Andretti, Leo Rush, they're the guys I want on my team. I think they are going to prosper in a match like that. You know, they've already, if you'll recall, won $300,000. If you'll recall, around Christmas time, so they're used to winning a big purse. Why not some more money in their back pocket?
Yeah, pressure's nothing for these boys. Holy smokes, we're about to get started here. How is Aubrey Edwards going to keep things together?
Yeah, this is going to be a tall order.
Oh, is Don Callis coming to join us here, guys? You got to be kidding me right now. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, what do you think?
I was having such a great day.
Well, Aubrey Edwards calls for the bell, and the first night of this massive evening, the biggest in AEW's calendar year, is underway. Don, welcome to the desk.
Hello, lads. Well, John, we've already talked about this big winner's purse for the winning team, so I know you like money. So what have you got? What have you got planned for this match? And I know you always got a plan.
This is a very expensive town. I'm going to use that money, but right now I love the fact that just a short while after having a disagreement with the Dynamite Kid, we've been able to come to an arrangement here. This is wonderful.
Well, Jay Lethal and Tommy Billington starting things off, and
we got caught there.
Billington, oh wow, great reversal by Lethal, avoiding the hurricanrana, but Billington able to kick free, and now swinging a miss. Oh, Lethal connects with the chop.
Guys, what a scene this is. The sunshine peering in, Wembley Stadium, everybody at ringside.
I love the fact that the Dynamite Kid here not backing down with the chops from Jay Lethal, but that last chop rocked him.
No, Jay Lethal's the real deal, but this kid's got no quit in it.
Yeah, that's a good call. Jay Lethal is the real deal.
Look at that, a little respect right there.
And now, the two
hometown boys.
Yeah, the Englishmen, Kip Sabian, Anthony Ogogo, entering the match.
All about. As they say in Great Britain, Ogogo is a hard man.
He certainly is. And he's got some educated hands as well. But right now, using his shoulder tackle, using his size advantage to take Sabian off of his feet. Sabian looking for the trip leapfrog Over the top goes Kip, and the bypass connects the foot, taking a go down.
I've always been impressed with Kip Sabian's athletic ability, guys. Very impressive young man.
Yeah, Kip's got a lot of confidence too, Don, which I know you really like in athletes.
And fans, we are just over an hour away from All In London, coming your way on pay-per-view through traditional cable and satellite providers, Bleacher Report, Triller TV, YouTube, ppv.com, and DAZN, as well as nationwide in Dave & Buster's locations. And internationally, fans, you can purchase
Here we
the
go!
events.
No. Here we go! Let's go, boys!
Standoff here.
I knew tempers would be flaring here. Look at this already.
Good luck to you, Aubrey!
Sanjay Dutt is apoplectic on the floor.
Oh, this 16-man tag match is turning almost like a battle royal, and now inside the ring, Leo Rush and Satnam Singh.
Give it to me!
Giants about to have lunch, guys.
I think the biggest and really the smallest. Oh my! Oh,
this is a sight.
We're gonna need a shovel when he's done with him.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Leo's not gonna back down from this.
Now on Satnam, though, he's smiling. I think Satnam likes his chances, but you're right, Tony. Leo.
I mean, if he knows what's good for him, he would.
You think he likes his chances? Come on.
Well, Leo, looking for the chop.
I want to know.
Was that the chest or the stomach?
Just go chop the side of Big Ben. You might as well.
I want to know if he could just run through his legs.
That's a unique single leg here.
To say the least, and Satnam.
You got to pick the ankle.
Oh, thanks, Coach.
Now, look at this. Leo Rush, though, using his agility. Crossbody.
Trying to confuse the big man.
Yeah, run circles around him.
I'd say tag up, but we got nobody on the apron here.
He's going to send him to the EU here. Look at this.
Big.
There it is, man. I'm telling you, Don.
This is how you do it.
Yeah. How about this? How about this power by this big guy?
Yeah, you know how you do it? You stay away from a guy that size. That's how you do it.
Oh, Leo's still in the...
Oh, good luck. See you later.
Satnam sending Leo Rush crashing right in front of our desk.
He threw him out like he was rubbish.
That was good, Tony. Rubbish.
Well, that's what they call it here.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, inside the ring, Action Andretti.
Guys, every match that Satnam Singh has, the more experience, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's a good call, Matt. That really is. The more experience he gets, the more dangerous he is going to be.
Now, quick tags in and out by the side of Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, Private Party, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, and Gogo and Ari Daivari.
Johnny Hungy joining us.
Massive arms. You knew he was going to pose for us. Why not?
Take a look at the crowd here.
Speaking of massive. Of course,
I think Action Andretti's hurt, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, he's getting worked over by John Silver as Evil Uno there. Oh, the papers. Homage to the late, great Mr. Brody Lee.
Absolutely it is.
Oh, no. Sanjay! He has a pencil and he's going to hit him with the papers.
Oh, Sanjay got a little boot there from Action Andretti.
Down goes Dutt. I love it. Hit him again.
I miss when you used to call him Doot. Down goes Doot.
Down goes Doot. Okay, you got it, brother.
You got it, dude. Back elbow.
Hey, Sanjay, did that hurt?
Alex Reynolds now.
It did.
Looking
good.
for a cover.
Okay, good.
Aubrey Edwards.
Watching
Sanjay
Dutt get abused. Take my money now.
Oh, here comes the wild card. I'm telling you, Ari Daivari is a hell of an athlete.
And neck breaker.
Very intelligent young man.
And the cover again. Shoot. Action Andretti able to kick out.
He's so athletic. He can do a lot of things that sometimes we don't get to see. When I see guys working out in the ring, I've seen what he's been able to do.
That's for sure. There's a reason he's a premier athlete.
Right.
And tag made once again. Good. I mean, teamwork. I'm impressed by it.
Absolutely.
By the team on the offensive, which now Zay, Private Party, legal, tagging out to Quen. It's a good strategy, I think, Daddy Magic. Isolate one man, keep the other 7 opponents on the outside.
No question about it, and I was wondering if one team was going to be able to do it, and it looks like they have, but I'll tell you right now, you don't want to count Action Andretti out here. You want to talk about athleticism and guts, toughness. He's got it all.
Oh, punishing chop there by Ari Daivari. Action returning with the overhand strikes. Now Daivari, though, reversing Action in the back elbow. Takes down Andretti.
There he goes again. He's great, man.
Covered the leg hook. Leo Rush right there to break things up.
You know what I like about it, guys? Sometimes you don't have to be fancy, you know? You just keep it simple. An elbow right to the face, no problem.
And Andretti, there it is. The elbow, the back elbow to the face of Ari Daivari. Perhaps the opening he needs.
A little too cocky there by Daivari in my view.
There's a tag. You got the tag first, though.
Reynolds tried to make the leap to prevent the tag, but unsuccessful. Kip Sabian, though, connects with the drop kick. Oh, big knee.
Little extra spring in the step of Kip because of where we are, no doubt.
Oh, Sabian with the stunner.
Feels like Kip's been waiting for that tag his whole life.
Sabian's feeling it here.
Call him for the cannonball.
There it is.
And Kip inverts in the corner, connects with the cannonball. Reynolds compressed, and now John Silver trying to come to his partner's aid.
Now you're going to see an athlete right now.
Here comes your man, Don. Yes, I agree.
As Kip Sabian takes us Uno and Silver, and now
I want you all to take a look at the tremendous physique of Kyle Fletcher.
How about that pump kick?
Cutter City.
Yeah, do a little celebrating, Don. That's the wrong thing to do with 8 opponents.
You were saying?
Homage to the Warriors.
Come get some, Giant. Come get some from Kyle.
Oh my God. Fletcher.
That's my guy.
How about that?
What power by Kyle Fletcher, taking Sutton Singh off the apron. And wow, flying in the high velocity kick. Fletcher.
That's it. It's over. Drop.
Brainbuster. 2. No. Daivari there to break it up.
I think he had to. That might have been curtains right there. Dragging Alex Reynolds back to the corner.
What
Make
an
the tag
athlete
himself.
Kyle Fletcher is. What an athlete.
Yeah, what an opening match. I've never seen 8-on-8 before, but I'm digging this, guys.
And a go-go and Daivari. Both men the same idea. Tag made. Dante Martin.
Beautiful.
Flying in, taking both a go-go and Daivari down.
What a match here, guys.
A hot start to the evening as the fans continue to file into Wembley Stadium for All in London. Coming your way at the top of the hour. You can scan the QR code on your screen to join us on Bleacher Report as now the action spilling out of the ring. Billington and Dante Martin. And wait a second, Anthony Andretti and Kyle Fletcher as well.
We got people all over the place here.
Everybody.
Every corner.
4-poster.
Look out!
4 men take flight. 4 men dropping the opposition to the outside.
Kyle took out the Giant and Uno in one stroke.
As now Kip Sabian returns to the ring as Private Party looking maybe for the silly string. Yes! Sabian planted down hard.
Well, when you got all these guys in the ring, the best thing to do is isolate someone, and that's what they're doing right now.
Now big Enziguri there by Quen as Private Party looking for the Jin. And just there on Kip Sabian.
Get a cover.
Incredible.
Oh, we're going to take a timeout to pose here.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing to do. We've said that so many times, but that's what they're all about. Anyway, here comes Rocky.
Rocky Romero enters the fray, goes up on Private Party and brings him down with the DDT.
Great counter.
Got DDTs everywhere.
What a great international star he has been throughout his career.
Now the scoop and the slam by Romero. Diving headbutt by Tommy Billington.
Classic.
And swing and miss. Oh, a go-go connects with the right hand of Rocky Romero. But look at this, Billington.
I don't know about throwing right hands with a go-go.
No kidding.
Anthony Go-Go reverses the right. Good luck. Knocked his block off.
Back to Wigan.
Oh, and Fletcher inside the.
No. You want to avoid this. You want to avoid this.
He's jumping. Tombstone pile driver by Kyle Fletcher.
A go-go's great, but Kyle Fletcher's special.
How about Silver able to avoid the contact in the corner? Dark Order.
Into the German. Watch for the float over here.
The combo, but Fletcher is momentum carrying him out of the ring.
He might have been had it scouted.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good call. Best thing he could have done.
And nice combo there by Darius Martin, taking down Silver and Reynolds in one fell swoop. But Ari Daivari.
Those lines.
Oh my goodness. A hammerlock lariat.
Incredible move.
Up Daivari. Nobody home for him as Dante Martin using his agility.
Oh no.
Drops Ari Daivari and
got to
now
move here. You got to move, Ari.
Dante, a double crossover into the splash. 3.
The winners of this match, the team of Top Flight, Action Andretti, Leo Rush, Dynamite Kid, Tony Millington, Kip Sabian, Kyle Fletcher, and Rocky Romero.
Thanks to Kyle Fletcher, we're victorious tonight, guys.
Yeah, and count your money, Don, and give Kyle some of it.
He's got his whole career to earn.
That's what I thought. Hey, I hate to say I called it, but I said I want Top Flight on my team, and it was Top Flight that got the pin.
And an exciting start to one of the biggest evenings ever in AEW. You can scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen to join us on Bleacher Report. Also for traditional cable and satellite providers, but fans, we've got some huge announcements as a part of All in London. And here comes the first one tonight.
A tradition of unforgettable moments arrives on an all-new stage next year.
The biggest night of the year, AEW Dynamite.
AEW Grand Slam comes to Brisbane, Australia. The next leg of AEW's Grand Slam goes down under.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
I'm the best in AEW.
Top guys out. All Elite Wrestling presents Grand Slam Australia from Suncorp Stadium, Brisbane, Australia. Saturday, February 15th, 2025.
AEW making our debut in Australia, February 15th, 2025, Brisbane, Australia, the Suncorp Stadium. You can go to allelitewrestling.com and sign up to be an AEW insider to get the first notification when tickets become available.
Is a mixed tag team match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Team number 1, first, Stokely Hathaway.
Stokely Hathaway, if I have my pop culture references right, I believe is trying to recreate one of Michael Jackson's moments here at Wembley Stadium with the Remember the Time attire, which I would be fair to say is garish, Tony.
Garish is the proper word.
Hey, looks great.
Smart. Nothing to say about my mask. It's garish as well.
Yeah, no, your mask is wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, get out of your seats and get on your feet because every night is Saturday night. His partner, wrestling out of Long Island, New York, Chris Statlander.
This is going to be a tough match for Chris Statlander, teamed up with Stokely Hathaway to take on Will Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii, or as Willow calls him, Big Tom. But the stakes are high for this one because the winner of this match will be able to choose the stipulation for the singles match for Willow Nightingale CMLL Women's World Championship coming up in a couple weeks at All Out.
There's no way that when they laid down the challenge to Willow that they saw Big Tom playing a factor in this thing. Big Tom, guys, you kidding me?
Well, it was, if you'll recall, Chris Statlander, who said very confidently, yes, he will take this match. Yes, he being, of course, Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah, but Willow getting the backup from Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull. You hear the roar coming through the crowd of anticipation.
Their opponents, first, wrestling out of Kanagawa, Japan, weighing 220 pounds, the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii.
I don't think I've ever heard of a more suitable nickname for somebody. You take a look at Big Tom, that guy's the Stone Pitbull, no doubt about it.
He looks kind of like a pit bull, and he looks like he's made of stone, right?
It's perfect.
That's why they call him Stone Pitbull.
I know that.
Oh, boy.
His partner, wrestling out of Long Island, New York, Willow Nightingale.
Willow Nightingale with that Tomohiro Ishii inspired ring attire there.
What a career she has had in AEW in just a short period of time. All the things that she's done.
Yeah, former TBS champion, a finalist in the 2024 Owen Hart Foundation tournament.
Won the tournament the year before.
What a 2024 she's had. Incredible.
Capturing, going down to Mexico City, going to CMLL, capturing. Actually, it wasn't in Mexico City. I think it was San Jose, but nonetheless, she captured that CMLL Women's World Championship. And Chris Statlander, though, will be challenging for that title in a few weeks' time at All Out. But tonight, mixed tag team action between the former friends, Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander. But, I mean, really, Daddy Magic, you've got to think that Stokely Hathaway played a huge role in breaking up the friendship of Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander.
I mean, it was all him, right? It had to be. It had to have been all Stokely, getting in Stat's head, promising her, Lord knows what he promised this woman. I don't know what to make of this match here, though. It's going to be something. We're 54 minutes away from All In, guys.
That's right, just under an hour to join us for All In on pay-per-view through traditional cable and satellite providers. You can scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen to join us on Bleacher Report, as Stokely wants no part of Tomohiro Ishii, understandably so.
Yeah,
and so
I'd say that's a smart move, guys.
Wow, look at Statlander. And she went right to the attack.
Swing and a miss there by Willow, as Willow hanging onto the rope. Statlander backed off. And fans, you can also join us for All In London coming up at the top of the hour on Triller TV, YouTube, ppv.com. DAZN roll up here by Willow. And both women striking at the same time. But Willow seeming to get the better of it. Peppering Statlander with those elbow strikes in the corner.
Smashing her!
And internationally, fans, you can join us for All In London on Triller TV, YouTube, ppv.com, DAZN, main event, and Sky, just 53 minutes away, as Chris Statlander taking control of Willow Nightingale in the corner.
Just hammering away on her here. You saw the little distraction from Stokely on the floor.
But the strength of Chris Statlander getting up Willow.
And just like that.
2-N. Wow, Spinebuster very nearly did it for Willow Nightingale. But Statlander's still alive in this one. A high boot. And low bridge by Stokely Hathaway. Willow crashing to the floor.
He needs to get his rear end up on the apron, like right there, right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is what they've got to do, though.
As Statlander, big crossbody, taking down Willow Nightingale.
There's no question.
And you know, in the mixed tag match, Tony, when one woman is legal, the other woman has to enter the ring. The same for the men. So right now, Tomohiro and Ishii and Stokely Hathaway forced to observe from the outside as Willow discus lariat. I think it was a bit of a shoulder fake there.
I mean, if I'm Willow here, I'm going right to Tom, getting a tag here, and forcing Stokely to get in there.
Oh.
You get back in your corner, and you went for your tag.
As Willow obviously unhappy with Stokely Hathaway. I think most everybody except for Chris Statlander is unhappy with Stokely Hathaway.
The world is unhappy with Stokely.
I mean, he's doing a great job of staying out of this contest, though.
Well, you knew that would happen. I mean, I don't think... Whoa, I thought...
But Ishii, importantly, not taking the bait from Chris Statlander.
Now what happens if Ishii takes off Stat's head? Is he DQ'd?
I believe it would result in disqualification.
Absolutely would.
With a suplex on the floor.
I hear you, Chris.
Tough sledding for Willow Nightingale, as Statlander returning Willow to the ring, as now the cover, leg hooked.
Reaching for the tag.
As Willow reaching for the tag, trying to get some relief from Tomohiro Ishii. But Chris Statlander doing a good job cutting the ring in half.
That's the way you want to fall, though. If you got to fall, that's the way to do it.
Effectively turning this match into a singles match. As Statlander sending Willow into the corner.
I mean, can you imagine what would happen if Ishii gets his hands on Stokely Hathaway?
I would love to see it, as Willow now. Series of lariats.
Make the tag, Willow. Make the tag.
And Willow pacing.
Look out.
And swing and a miss. Wild swing and a miss as Statlander, Blue Thunder bomb. 2. And Willow able to kick out.
Dumped her right on the back of her head there. Stat surprised. Stokely surprised. Take a look right here. As you see, it got the pinfall, near fall.
And now Statlander back to live action. Is in the mount.
Get to it, Stat. Don't waste too much time.
Delivering some strikes. Willow trying to fight her way up off the canvas. To Statlander.
I mean, they're doing a number on Willow here.
Yeah, this is... I mean, you say they, but mostly it's been all Statlander as well. Willow to her feet and avoids the Death Valley driver. 2 and no, Statlander, the reversal. I think Statlander, she had committed for that Death Valley driver, but Willow using her agility to land on her feet. And
who has the advantage here? We're just going to slug it out.
Yeah, these two women very evenly matched in the power department.
I would think so. Oh, big chops here.
Now, turning into chops, Willow.
Oh, boy.
Well, perhaps the power advantage, at least
out
momentarily.
Whoa!
Lariat coming off the middle rope.
Come on, Willow, go make that tag.
Willow now looking for vertical suplex. Statlander to her feet. Discus lariat avoided by Willow or intercepted by Willow. And Death Valley driver. This time it was Willow, and she caught Statlander.
Both women are down. Ishii waiting for the tag. Stokely wants no part of it.
Referee Bryce Remsburg giving the 10 count.
We're inches away from getting what we want here.
You hear the fans, they want the Stone Pitbull in the ring. Willow Nightingale wants the Stone Pitbull in the ring.
Reach Willow.
And the tag is made.
Here we go.
As Tomohiro Ishii and well, I'm gonna say Stokely enters the ring, but maybe not.
Let's see it. What are you gonna do now, Stoke? Oh boy. Hey, you kind of got to feel for the guy here.
No, you don't.
No?
Stokely made this bet.
No, boy. You got to appreciate the effort.
As shoulder tackle.
Yeah, it's about to get ugly.
budges.
It's about to get ugly.
A second. Oh, Will. I was going to say, will he take him down? But no, he won't. As Ishii. Chop takes down Stokely. If I was Stokely, I'd just tap out right now.
Yeah, just give up. What are we doing, Stoke? You don't have to do this. Oh, boy. This is trouble.
And now Stokely up as Ishii was looking for the brainbuster. And now, look at Statlander behind the referee's back.
Bryce, turn around.
Look at Statlander.
Just smashing Ishii.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Ishii.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he got staggered by Statlander. Spinebuster by Stokely. What did we just witness happen? Ishii up to his feet.
You're kidding me? What in the world did we just see?
Well, Wembley Stadium is letting Stokely know what he just did.
They loved it.
Oh,
wow.
Drop toe hold. Quick thinking by Stokely.
Hey, does he have a chance here?
Well, the splash in the corner.
He just hit him with a stinger splash.
And now, right hands
I don't know
from
about this.
Stokely.
I mean, I think feeble is the word. he's just... I think Ishii's smoking a cigarette here.
Oh, Tomohiro Ishii. Power bomb. The high stack. 2 and Statlander just barely in time to break it up. And Willow Nightingale, the waist lock behind Statlander. Statlander, the reversal. And Stat using the German by Willow, fired up. I don't think Statlander realizes it.
Oh, you gotta watch the pounce here!
Pounce!
Trying to get on the same page with Ishii.
And now Willow Nightingale.
I think they're about to take out the trash.
Setting up Stokely.
Yes!
Cover 2 and 3.
Good night.
The winners of this match, the team of Tomohiro Ishii and Willow Nightingale.
Well, now that means that Willow Nightingale will be able to pick the stipulation for the match coming up in just 2 weeks' time at All Out, where Willow will defend her CMLL Women's Championship against Chris Statlander. As Ishii just dumping Stokely out of the ring. Thanks for coming, Stokely Hathaway. Chris Statlander. Obviously a bit of disappointment. Congratulations to Willow and Tomohiro Ishii. And now let's head to the desk where our other favorite tag team, RJ and Renee, are standing by.
Listen, I hate to say this, but Stokely got exactly what he deserved tonight. You mess with Ishii, that's what you get.
Incredible showing by Stokely Hathaway. I know New Japan bigwigs are watching. Next year, Stoke in the G1. I'm calling it right now.
How fantastic, though, for Willow to have this moment now to be able to decide what the stipulation is going to be.
That woman is a manipulator.
What?
Stat now has to go into this match. Willow gets to make it to her advantage. I don't think it's fair, to be honest with you.
Willow has been a victim this entire time. What are you talking about?
She's a con artist, and she's playing the long game.
Wow. Okay, I guess that we're in for a long night if that's where you stand. We are getting things started here on 0 Hour. Plenty of action. We got to see 16-man tag team action. Unbelievable. There was a moment there that really sparked some joy for you.
I can't stop thinking about Leo Rush against Satnam Singh. I want to see it over and over and over again. Please, someone book this next week.
So we know how amazing the crowds are going to be here tonight in Wembley for All In. These guys have been with us all night. Everybody has been so loud. How are things going to go throughout the rest of the night? They're going to keep this energy up?
Well, if it's any indication, they're going to lose their minds when they see who we have coming up next. The well-bearded Tony Schiavone. Take it away, Tone.
All right, thanks, guys. What a night, what a day it has been here in London at Wembley. And please, at this time, get on your feet and welcome with me the director of the Owen Hart Foundation, Martha Hart, along with the president and the owner of All Elite Wrestling, Tony Khan. Tony Khan, what a night, my friend. What a night.
London, welcome to AEW All In. Welcome to Wembley Stadium. And I'm proud to present to you the director of the Owen Hart Foundation, Dr. Martha Hart.
Hello, everyone. I came all the way from beautiful Canada to be here today. Of course, Canada, we're very good friends and neighbors with the USA, but we're also very proud, very proud. We're very, very proud to be members of the British Commonwealth. Which makes it so special for me to be here today in London, England, at Wembley Stadium with some of the most amazing people on the planet. It's really wonderful, including Tony. But the real reason I'm here today is to wish all the contenders in the AEW World Championship title matches good luck, especially the two that won the Owen Hart Foundation Owen Cup tournament. You two have earned your title shots today. It's a chance of a lifetime. So good luck, have a good fight, and have a good night. Thank you.
Well, Dr. Martha Hart wishing both Mariah May and the American Dragon Bryan Danielson, the winners of the 2024 Men's and Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament, good luck tonight. Always great to have Dr. Martha Hart with us, Daddy Magic.
Such a lovely person. As we take a look at the scene here, just 45 minutes away.
Well, fans, we mentioned there's a number of announcements coming up for 2025. Let's continue with the big announcements.
It is the event that unites the professional wrestling world. And now, for the first time ever, this forbidden door opens to an entirely new land. And London, England holds the key. London is calling. The world will answer. AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling present Forbidden Door London.
Well, there you see it on your screen. In just a year's time, we will be making our return to London, England for Forbidden Door, August 24th, 2025.
I can't wait. How about it? Coming back.
This is a 10-man tag team match, set for one fall, a 20-minute time limit. Team number one first at a combined weight of 809 pounds. The Gates of Agony of Corleone and Bishop Khan. The Machine, Brian Cage. Together, they are Cage of Agony.
Take a look at this scene. Cage of Agony.
Yeah, Brian Cage, Toa Leona, and that's Bishop Khan wearing traditional Cameroonian garb of royalty in Cameroon.
Their partners are wrestling out of Boston, Massachusetts. At a combined weight of 427 pounds, they are representing Undisputed Kingdom, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven.
Well, Taven and Bennett undoubtedly coming into this match with a huge chip on their shoulder, being recently defeated by Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship.
And I understand they're coming out in classic New England garb.
That's good. Two Boston Bozos.
Yeah. Well, there you go. This should be. I like the way that Bishop Khan looks. I think that's honoring his country and
honoring his heritage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And perhaps putting him in the right mental place.
Yeah.
Coming into battle here tonight in our final contest on the All in London 0 Hour.
It's going to be another wild one.
Man, how about the news? We've got, coming up in 2025, we've got Brisbane, Australia. We've got Globe Life Stadium in Dallas, Texas for All In Texas. And then Forbidden Door coming back to London next August. That is huge.
Their opponents. First, let's go to Houston, Texas. He is a co-holder of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship, Sammy Guevara.
And for information about tickets for all those events, go to allelitewrestling.com where you can sign up to be an AEW insider.
Yeah, there is a link at the top of the page.
Wrestling out of Tokyo, Japan, the wrestler Katsuyori Shibata.
How cool does this have to be for Katsuyori Shibata? Because at one point, this man was fighting for his life, and now he has returned to the sport that he loves, and he's competing on AEW's biggest stage of the year.
Thought he'd never wrestle again, but how about this?
He accompanied by the legendary Kevin Von Erich. Wrestling out of Denton County, Texas. They are 2/3 of the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Champions, Ross and Marshall, the Von Erichs.
The Von Erich boys making it across the pond.
That's right. And the Katsuyori Shibata served as a mentor to Ross and Marshall Von Erich very early in their careers. And so it's got to be extra meaningful not only to be able to compete here tonight, but to compete alongside the Von Erichs.
No question about it.
Wrestling out of Austin, Texas. He is 1/3 of the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Champions, and he is a co-holder of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship, the Natural Dustin Rhodes.
In his great to see Dustin with 2 title belts.
Yeah, how about this? Dustin Rhodes, up until a couple weeks ago, had never held a Ring of Honor championship of any sort, but now holds 2 of them.
He's Mr. ROH. Take a look at this team. Who would have thought, guys? The Von Erich, Shibata, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes. Spectacular.
And you know, as we've seen, Katsuyori Shibata, not only was he a mentor to Ross and Marshall Von Erich, but also drawn inspiration from Von Erich using the Iron Claws. We saw last night on Collision. As
Kevin looking around, he'll take a swing at someone.
As now the bell hasn't rung because the competitors have not entered the ring.
That's right, Tony. You can't turn your back.
As Brian Cage driving Sammy Guevara's spine into the ring apron. Bit of a kick clash between Sammy Guevara and Brian Cage, but I digress. As Ross now sending, I believe that was Matt Taven into the barricade there.
I got my eyes on Kevin. He's looking for somebody.
Yes, he is. He's looking for someone to swing at. Look at him standing there.
He's a nut job.
As Sammy Guevara.
There you go, Sammy. Attaboy, Sammy.
Turning things around on Bishop Khan, and the bell hasn't rung. This match has not gotten underway officially. As Ross there paired off with Matt Taven. As Brian Cage, though, getting the better of Katsuyori Shibata, is now Toa Leona and Marshall Von Erich. And now inside the ring, Dustin Rhodes and Mike Bennett have entered. I don't think Rick Knox even realizes that he's watching the action on the outside.
Yeah, he's trying to get everybody back in the ring.
There's just bodies everywhere here. Great to see Sammy Guevara back with us.
Yeah, Sammy Guevara making his return just a week ago at Collision to AEW, but he had already returned in Ring of Honor. As now the action inside the ring, Cage, Bennett, and Taven are now split up into the to the ropes here, as is Toa Leona. And
there you go. Got a plan. 3 Texas boys and Shibata.
How about that?
Four-way unnatural kick. I'm not sure who got the worst of that one, but
you know, you talked about Shibata's return, Excalibur, and coming back here to Wembley and being on this gigantic stage, but he has also been very successful in his return back from injury as well.
He certainly has. Right now, the bell has rung. Sammy Guevara on Bishop Khan. That's what it took. Just 2 men inside the ring as Khan and Guevara legal for their respective sides. At low bridge has Toa Leona to the outside.
And Sammy looking good here in the early going.
Khan, overhand chop. And what about the surprising team of Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes? Those 2 men, I mean, they've had some battles in the past, but showing some respect for one another.
Absolutely. They've had TNT Championship matches.
As Guevara, though, showing his agility. Corkscrew drop kick. Sammy up to his feet.
But to your point, Excalibur, I think there's a bond being from Texas, the 2 of them.
Yeah, definitely a bond. As now the bypass, Cage into the corner, shoulder to the midsection. Enziguri staggers the machine as Guevara.
Whoa!
Guevara to the outside!
Nobody does it better! Come on!
Look to the right of your screen. Taven and Bennett just can't even get to the apron of the ring. I
think those unnatural kicks might have knocked the wind out of him. As Guevara coming off the top of that cutter.
Yeah, this team of Cage of Agony and
look out!
Oh, the big pounce and the Kingdom, they're in trouble here.
Guevara.
Well, that might have turned the tide right there.
Yeah, dumped to the outside, and as Bishop Khan now sending Sammy into the barricade.
I think Sammy hit head first at the top of that barricade.
Oh boy.
Why not again?
Here we go.
Oh.
They're right here by us now.
Sammy in serious trouble here. I mean, Daddy Magic, I mean, you've been around AEW, you've been in the locker room, you've been back at catering. I mean, there are no, cover here by Bishop Khan. There are no 2 men that may be meaner than the Gates of Agony, Toa Leona and Bishop Khan.
No, there's nobody meaner. Nobody meaner, nobody nastier. You don't want to say hello to these guys. They don't say hello to anybody. You understand? Just stay out of their way. Keep your head down.
And fans, we are just over 30 minutes away, just over half an hour away from All in London, live on pay-per-view. And you can join us through traditional cable and satellite providers on Bleacher Report, Triller TV, YouTube, PPV.com, and DAZN, as well as Dave & Buster's locations nationwide and internationally. You can join us on Triller TV, YouTube, PPV.com, DAZN, Main Event, and Sky as Brian Cage tattooing the chest of Sammy Guevara. As the fans still filing in here to Wembley Stadium, one of the most iconic venues in the entire world, and for one night, tonight, it is the home of AEW and All in London.
You might be watching Bryan Danielson's last match ever. To scan that QR code right there to join us on Bleacher Report.
We're counting it down, 30 minutes away.
As now the high stack there by Bennett. As Undisputed Kingdom showing some great tag team synergy. Fans here in Wembley trying to urge on, trying to encourage Sammy, but Taven, nobody home. The pool is empty.
Sammy's got to make a tag now. He's got to reach.
We know how athletic Sammy is. We've seen it so many times, but I think his reserve, his tenacity, he's got a lot of heart, a lot of determination, and he's showing it right there.
And Guevara connects to the Enziguri. Bennett got rocked, and now the tag made.
You gotta love this.
Dustin Rhodes building up steam, taking down Taven repeatedly. As Taven reverses. Dustin, put on the uppercut.
Not gonna pull a fast one on Dustin.
Manhattan drop as Dustin Rhodes boot to the side of the head, comes off the ropes, the running bulldog.
That's how you do it right there.
Yes! He is wrestling with so much confidence.
Yeah, I mean, getting a championship, earning a championship in professional wrestling, I mean, that is such a huge boost.
Look out here!
Oh, Dustin perhaps looking for crossroads, and think about Dustin though, getting 2 championships in such a short span of time.
It does a lot for your psyche, there's no question about that.
As Katsuyori Shibata gets flattened out by Brian Cage.
Just dumped him.
But Marshall Von Erich comes in the lariat, but Bishop Khan, the big recoil drop kick. Running knee strike as things are breaking down. Sammy looking maybe for GTH. He hits it.
Around here.
Oh, shit.
No!
Toa Leona picked his spot. Flattened Sammy, and now Ross Von Erich off the top rope. Big crossbody.
Just raw athleticism right there.
Oh, but wait a second. Taven, not done. Kamagiri off the middle rope by Matt Taven.
Taven with a long reach with those legs, man. He can really go.
I don't know if Taven's aware. Dustin's sitting right there. Look out now.
Oh, wait. Taven over the top. Woo!
I love a man his size that can do things like that.
Enemy and allies.
Oh, no. You kidding me?
No, come on, don't.
Come on now. Come on now.
Wait a second. Dustin Rhodes.
Stop it.
What are you doing, Dustin Rhodes?
Here he goes.
Taking a page out of Sammy's playbook.
Yes.
But Brian Cage is right there. Dustin, a rare unforced error. Oh, wait a second. Oh, Dustin. Thrown over the top by the machine, Brian Cage.
He went over anyway, didn't he?
I'll tell you what, Brian won't think twice about going over the top.
You're right.
Here he comes.
A monster of a man.
Oh, Brian Cage over the top. Rough landing for him.
Wow, he sure did. He caught him on the way down with his legs, but he landed on his lower back.
Yeah, he ate it big time.
Oh, wait a second. Sammy Guevara.
What's he thinking here?
He is no stranger to that top rope.
Not afraid at all. Here he goes.
No fear. You're right, Matt Menard.
You gotta look out.
Sammy Guevara shooting star press to the floor.
When you're on a stage this big and you come to Wembley, you've got to pull out all the stops, right?
Oh, he stuck him. Dustin Rhodes stuck him. 2. No, Taven able to kick out.
Wow, here's the shooting star press once again. Boom.
That's what Sammy does best right there.
Yep. Cleared them all out.
You want to talk about pulling out all the stops, Dustin, with the Canadian Destroyer.
As Sammy Guevara, there's Kevin Von Erich looking on as, wait a second, Brian Cage sends Sammy careening off the top, and now Cage is ascending to the top. What is he doing up there? Oh, Marshall Von Erich, though, right hand.
Von Erich, boys, what do they got cooking here? Little double suplex off the top. I don't think so. Gates of Agony.
Taven and Bennett, and oh, wait a second, Shibata. He's got Bennett in the sleeper.
We got a little.
Holy smokes.
You kidding me right now?
Holy smokes. What are they trying to do?
I think we got double power bombs, double suplex off the top.
Oh,
good God.
The power bombs on the Von Erichs, but Brian Cage, I think he got the worst of that with the double suplex on the Von Erichs. And look at this. Mike Bennett in the sleeper of Katsuyori Shibata. Look at it.
Bennett's got to find a way out of this one. Rick Knox is right there.
Shibata, he tried to get the hooks and he tried to drag Bennett down, but instead, Death Valley driver followed up by the knee strike
right in the face.
And Shibata got caught flush with that one. High boot there. Thrust kick by Taven, but Dustin. Oh, wait a second, Dustin Rhodes.
He caught him. No! Rhodes. Gonna cover.
1, 2, no!
Big save on both sides. I thought Dustin was hurt. He was moving very slowly, but he got up quickly to the crossroads.
As Toa Leona now flattens out Marshall Von Erich. Now Ross charging in. Bishop Khan. Look at a gutbuster there. Elevated Marshall into the gutbuster. As now Katsuyori Shibata the knee. And, oh, wait a second. Sammy got plucked out of midair by Brian Cage, who spiked Sammy Guevara.
Shibata's in a bad way here. He's in trouble here. Look out.
Oh, the power bomb. Shibata landing hard on the back of his neck as swinging a miss. Oh, headbutt there, meeting Dustin Rhodes. And power bomb again there by Gates of Agony, or Cage of Agony, I should say.
Yeah, Dustin is in major trouble. He can't even get up.
Look at that heads-up move by Brian Cage, realizing that Taven is the legal man.
That's
the cover, and no! Dustin Rhodes, last possible moment, fires that shoulder up.
Oh. Many fans thought it was a 3 count. It was that close.
How about Dustin, guys? How bad does he want it?
Dustin Rhodes still in this fight as, oh, wait a second, Sammy Guevara trying to come to his aid. Knee strike.
Cage is going for the drill claw that time, I do believe.
Can the Cage of Agony hit it a third time? No! Reversal there by Sammy Guevara.
He's amazing, is Sammy. Amazing.
And the Von Erichs. Stereo drop kicks from Ross and Marshall. Sammy running knee strike. Wipes out Brian Cage, and now Katsuyori Shibata back up to his feet. But, oh, what a spine buster by Bennett.
Wow. I don't know about this, Mike. I don't know about this one.
Katsuyori Shibata, the uppercut. Follows Bennett to the corner, the high boot. Now battering Bennett down into the corner.
Wow.
This is typically the prelude to that running drop kick. Katsuyori Shibata. Both barrels from Shibata.
Just smoked him with it. Smoked him.
And now Katsuyori Shibata with Bennett. That head and arm throw. As Shibata takes out Brian Cage. Meanwhile, Marshall Von Erich to the top. Swan diving moonsault press. I think it was a headbutt.
Absolutely
as he
beautiful.
came down with it. But now Taven with Dustin Rhodes in his grip. As reversal!
Whoa!
Sammy going to the top here.
And wait a second.
Here he goes.
Planted down the final reckoning, followed by the senton. Taven got flattened, and Dustin gets the win for his side.
The winners of this match, the team of Katsuyori Shibata, the Von Erichs, Sammy Guevara, and the natural Dustin Rhodes.
What a match! How about that, boys? Take a look. Victorious.
Yeah, big moment, big victory for Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and Ross and Marshall. Von Erich and Katsuyori Shibata here tonight at Wembley Stadium.
Kevin has no shoes. Kevin has no shoes on.
But right now, look at this. Sore losers, the Undisputed Kingdom and the Cage of Agony.
Kevin, get out of there.
He has no fear, guys. He's not going to get out of there.
He should have some.
Kevin Von Erich.
Does he not own shoes?
He's never needed them, man. Come on.
No! Yes! The claw! We got a 5-way claw!
Claws all around. Look at this, the Von Erichs. Katsuyori Shibata, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes all with the claws. clearing out the opposition from the ring.
Toa got a double claw, one in the head, one in the gut.
Yeah, Mark's about him right in the midsection. You're right. Oh, what a run it's been for Dustin Rhodes, huh? 2 titles around his waist. Gets the win here at Wembley at 0 hour.
Well, the dance card of the natural Dustin Rhodes is most certainly full with 2 titles around his waist, but a victorious Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, Katsuyori Shibata, and Von Erich brothers here tonight at All in London. 0 hour, and once again, let's head back to our desk where the remarkable Renee Paquette and the regrettable RJ City are standing by.
I need you to get that claw out of here. No, thank you. Guys, Renee Paquette, RJ City, still holding it down here for you guys on 0 hour. We're just about 20 minutes away from going live on pay-per-view with All in London. So much of happening. How are people able to watch this pay-per-view?
If you're in the United States, you can watch this pay-per-view on YouTube, DAZN, Bleacher Report, PPV.com, Triller TV, in demand through traditional cable and satellite providers, and Old Dave and Buster's, but internationally, Renee.
Internationally around the world, you guys can watch on YouTube, PPV.com, and Triller. So much action set to come here tonight. Is there something in particular you're most excited for?
Not excited, emotionally distraught over Toni Storm versus Mariah May.
I think that we're all kind of reeling emotionally.
Okay, with that. Okay, she's not on.
All right, we're in her country. Let her have the floor.
Well, Saraya said she was going to have her Wembley moment come hell or high water.
Oh, boy.
Well, she's taking it.
And look at, it's not just Harley Cameron and Zach Knight, the entire Knight family out with Saraya.
Oh, guys.
Remember, it was just a year ago where Saraya captured the AEW Women's World Championship at the first All in London.
This is a group of absolute psychos, guys.
I'm telling you, how many great wrestling families can you talk about? The Jarretts, the Rhodes family, the Von Erich family, the Hart family, and now the Knight family.
Harley fits right in.
How about that? It's a big-time family affair.
Well, Saraya, she had an opportunity to be a part of Wembley Stadium this past Wednesday night at Dynamite in Cardiff. She was unsuccessful in her challenge of timeless Toni Storm. That was her ticket to Wembley Stadium, but she seems to just take the bull by the horns.
Absolutely, and why not?
What do they have in store for us right now? You never know what these two are going to do.
Well, Saraya storming the ring.
I'll tell you what, don't give him a live mic. I'll tell you that right now.
Well,
I would not give them a live mic.
Guess what?
Oh, boy. Mistake.
Attention, everyone. I'm going to need you all to simmer down. Because Saraya is pissed.
I don't know how Saraya's emotional state affects anyone here.
We have decided that the show cannot go on!
How dare you!
What are they stopping?
This is my country! I am your unproblematic icon. I am your Queen of England. You will respect me.
I think that guy with the Scottish flag. Yeah,
Last year at All In, I won the AEW Women's World Championship, and this year I'm not even on the show.
The way it goes.
I am the best female wrestler to ever come out of England. She's not here. Shut up. This show will not continue until I get the respect I deserve.
We've always had a lot of respect.
No way.
What? I can't believe that.
No way. with injury for well over a year, but now, look at this, she is back, and she is ready to fight as Hayter.
Here we go!
Oh, Hayter!
One after another!
Jamie Hayter! Taking them all!
She is back! Let's go!
Jamie Hayter on a rampage!
Harley, get out of there!
It was Saraya and her friends who took the title from Hayter, the Outcasts.
Let's get a referee!
They attacked her before the match.
Saraya,
She was hurt, was not able to wrestle because she was hurt, was not able to wrestle 100%. It was
the Outcasts that were completely responsible.
Of course.
Oh no! Saraya's mother!
Sweet Saraya herself.
It's not out. Cheap shot there by Saraya. As now, Jamie Hayter.
Little payback time.
Oh, wait. Well, she couldn't get her hands on Saraya, but she's got a handful of Harley Cameron's hair.
Not Harley!
And now,
Oh, my God.
Woo! It is absolutely electric here!
it seems like Jamie Hayter is coming after everybody responsible for her injury.
And I
for
don't
her
blame
loss of the AEW Women's World Championship. And she is checking names off that list.
And Saraya is on her hit list. And Saraya and the Knight family are walking away because the ring belongs to the returning Jamie Hayter. What a moment.
What a moment indeed for Jamie Hayter. Looking healthy, looking recovered, and looking for revenge.
You're right, looking healthy. She looks in great shape. And they're chanting Jamie's name.
Well, Saraya said she was the best women's wrestler to come out of England, but she forgot about that woman, Jamie Hayter. All the big moments continue here tonight. Let's once again go back to RJ and Renee.
Oh my God, what an insane moment. Wembley Stadium just erupted. The return of Jamie Hayter. They were calling her name. Jamie showed up. She's been out of action for some time. What a place to show up.
My sympathies with the entire Knight family and Harley Cameron. Saraya clearly had the right idea. She got out of there as quickly as possible. I do not blame her.
This changes so much. We know that we've got Mercedes Moné in action tonight against the good doctor, Dr. Britt Baker, for the TBS Championship. We've got Mariah May going up against Timeless Toni Storm for the AEW World Women's Championship. But now, Jamie Hayter is back. Sights clearly seem to be set on Saraya, but who knows?
Who does know? I guess only Jamie Hayter knows. But I'll say something else. The AEW she left is way different than the AEW she's returning to. She's going to have a lot of competition.
Without question. One of those things that we've got to, kind of pivot to while we're talking about the women is that AEW World Women's Championship. Mariah May, this is an absolute bloodbath between her and Toni Storm for that World Championship. You've been very close with this. This version of Mariah May stepping in tonight, this is kind of do or die for her to really cement who she is amongst the women's division here in AEW.
I think it's die not for her, but for Toni Storm. Mariah May is on a mission. This whole feud has captivated different people. I'm a little captivated. Ben Mankiewicz from TCM is captivated. Front page of the BBC Culture website yesterday. All eyes are on that, and nobody knows what's going to happen.
We don't know what's going to happen, but one thing that we do need to remember, aside from the glitz, the glamour, the black and white screens, all that, these two women are some of the absolute best that put on a pair of boots in that locker room. They're going to beat the ever-loving crap out of each other. Do you have a final prediction?
Yeah, I might cry.
All right, Ben Mankiewicz will call you. You'll be all right.
Thank you, Ben.
It's going to be good. Guys, we are just over 10 minutes from going live on pay-per-view for All In London here at Wembley Stadium. It's time to get this show on the road. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm happy I told you to pee because you're going to shit yourselves when you see what's coming up.
You guys ready? Let's get All In started, everybody. Let's do this.
Well, that ominous music can mean only one thing. We are starting the entrances for our opening contest here tonight on All In London, right here on 0 Hour. And in just 10 minutes time, AEW's biggest event of the year will begin on pay-per-view.
The only way to watch this ladder match is to order All In right now. You've got less than 10 minutes, like you said, Excalibur. We are going to see 10 of the greatest let's go to the ring.
Well, let's head to the ring where the Dapper Yapper Justin Roberts is standing by.
Introducing the participants for our opening title bout. Buddy Matthews, Brody King, Malachi Black, House of Black.
3 men highly motivated to recapture that AEW World Trios Championship. But just last night on Collision, a very interesting development where the 4th team to this ladder match was added. A very unexpected 4th team.
Yeah, Pac and members of the Blackpool Combat Club. And once again, as you see the countdown clock in the upper left of your screen, you're not going to miss this. We've got, I said 10, I was mistaken. Obviously, we've got 12 of the greatest wrestlers in the world. 3 of the more dominant trios teams, and 1 team, the wild card team that won that match, like you said last night, Excalibur. We'll wait to see how they gel as a team. But it's a London Ladders match.
How about it? Trios titles on the line. That's how we're kicking things off tonight. Nobody does an entrance like the House of Black.
Well, Malachi Black, Brody King, and especially Buddy Matthews have a massive axe to grind against the patriarchy. And Christian Cage, remember, Christian was responsible for taking Buddy Matthews out of action for quite some time. And the patriarchy saying, or Christian Cage specifically saying, that the patriarchy is the only trio, the only team that can hold AEW World Trios Championship.
Well, he fooled us all when he was the referee, of course, a couple of weeks ago.
Here come the boys!
Yes, sir.
Introducing next, Juice Robinson, Austin, and Colton Gunn, the Big Bang Gang.
Well, 2/3 of this team are also former AEW World Trios champions. I'm talking about Colton and Austin Gunn, who alongside Switchblade, Jay White were AEW World Trios champions. They were also Ring of Honor World 6-Man champions.
Well, they were forced to vacate that unified World Trios titles because of that injury suffered by Jay White. But listen, the Guns were also World Tag Team champions. And Juice Robinson.
Jay White sitting at home tonight watching us live.
And Juice Robinson, a champion many times over in New Japan Pro Wrestling, looking for his first gold in All Elite Wrestling here tonight.
And one time the United States heavyweight champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And here in AEW, he's won 12 of his last 17 matches. And he has a very, if I can say, Randy Savage look about him here tonight, doesn't he?
Does he ever?
Yeah.
And there you saw you're getting a look at those AEW World Trios Championship title belts high above the ring here in Wembley Stadium.
With every entrance, you feel the anticipation building.
Fans still filing in here to Wembley Stadium. You've got just over 6 minutes to join us on pay-per-view.
Introducing next, Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli.
2/3 of the wild card.
And there you see Claudio bringing that trophy to the ring. He won that Friday night in Mexico City. The CMLL International Wrestling Grand Prix, won by Claudio Castagnoli for Team World. I mean, he has had an incredible travel schedule this week. Beginning of the week, traveling to Cardiff, Wales, then flying directly to Mexico City, then crossing the Atlantic once again to come back to London to compete here tonight alongside Wheeler Yuta and this man.
And their partner from Newcastle upon Tyne, weighing 217 pounds, he is a bastard!
What a moment. There's more to this story than meets the eye. This is not, I don't think, just three guys thrown together. I think Pac has found something in Wheeler Yuta and Claudio that he feels will gel as a team, will make a great team. Athletes will gel together, as you guys know, a lot of times very easily. And I think this team, although inexperienced as a team, will make a hell of a showing tonight.
There's got to be more to this story than meets the eye.
No question.
But Pac, 1 year ago, he had suffered a serious injury that threatened, I mean, not just his career, but his well-being, his life, his livelihood going forward. And now, able to compete here tonight at All in London, undoubtedly has to be special for him. And it's not often that you see Pac smile. In fact, I can't remember the last time I did, but Daddy Magic, you have to imagine the bastard is maybe smiling on the inside here tonight.
You gotta believe he's smiling on the inside, no question about it. The heartbreak of last year having to miss this event. But he has a chance tonight to make up for it. And one might say he's found a couple of bastards to do it with.
You can see Pac looking around as he walked down the rampway. What a moment. I think this is a great moment, and you're right. There's more than meets the eye to Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club being a team. Well,
Austin Gunn is fired up here, guys.
Here we go.
Come the champions.
The champions.
To be accompanied by Mother Wayne, they are the AEW World Trios Champions, Nick Wayne, Kill Switch, and Christian Cage, the Patriarchy.
Christian Cage, Kill Switch, and Nick Wayne looking confident as they walk into battle. We are just 3 minutes away from the biggest AEW event of the calendar year, All in London. You can scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen to join us on Bleacher Report. You can also join us through traditional cable and satellite providers, Triller TV, YouTube, PPV.com, and DAZN. As the fans still filing into Wembley Stadium,
this place is filling out.
As the big event just over 2 minutes away. And internationally, you can join us on Triller TV, YouTube, PPV.com, DAZN, Main Event, and Sky. As the champions assessing the challenge that lays before them.
We got 2 minutes, boys.
And if
titles on the line.
Yeah, if you wonder why they didn't bring the titles with them, well, they're hanging up high. There you go. They have to reach up on the ladder, bring down the titles to retain the championship.
I can't think of a better way to start All In.
And this match will kick us off in just over 1.5 minutes. Live on pay-per-view when All in London is underway. Join us right now any way you can. Whether it's on pay-per-view, whether it's on Bleacher Report, DAZN, YouTube, PPV.com, Dave & Buster's locations. You do not want to miss a second. All in London, just moments away. We will see you in a matter of moments. The anticipation here at Wembley Stadium is palpable.